My first name is Kristopher. Most people call me Chris. I'm actually an ICU and ER physician that I've been training for a long time, and this is my third year as an attending physician. One way Brief Pro has helped me win with money is when I graduated from being a resident to an attending and had just a huge income spike. It really helped in how to knowledgeably invest our money to get the best return on me and my wife's and family's money to help at least start us out to get on the path to reaching our financial goals. So my finance and investing life before Brief Pro, I wouldn't say non-existent. I would say it was more based on accumulation of knowledge and just saving. And so I was primarily focused on not only paying towards my student loans, but also saving a good amount of money so that when I was in a position to invest or do other things with that money, that I was able to do so as an attending. And I kind of kept it as more of an emergency fund while I was in residency, so that way financially, if anything happened, I would be safe, given the fact that I had a very low income as a resident. My best friend, who is also a physician and oncologist in Ohio, basically had started to talk to me about, as you graduate to become an attending, to really educate yourself on financial things that no one teaches us during college, medical school, residency training. I literally had no introduction to anything financial prior to becoming an attending until about my last year of fellowship training as an ICU doctor, where I talked to my best friend. And so I had kind of searched around for multiple different resources. And then I kind of just perused YouTube, and I happened to stumble onto you. And your method and your teaching style really resonated with the way that I learned. And then as I learned more, I think it was at some point I got an email detailing through Brief Pro, the courses that you offer. And for my level of what I wanted to learn, I jumped on it immediately. There's no hesitation for me because I had seen a bunch of your videos, and I knew that the financial education piece was going to be there. It was no doubt, the value was there, and so I jumped on it immediately. There was literally no hesitation, even when it came up for renewal, because I think I signed up in 2023, and then when it came up for a renewal, it was a no-brainer. I would honestly say the daily and the Saturday financial kind of newsletter that gets sent out via email is probably my favorite thing, because it makes me feel like I'm in the loop with the world, and numerous times it has helped me in kind of understanding what's going on and make investment decisions. So when it came to our taxes, like I was the standard W-2 and was filed standard deduction, and now meeting with CPA and understanding kind of how tax law, real estate, business deductions work. My employer made a huge mistake with withholding from taxes this year for me. And so I was going to have what I thought was going to be a huge tax bill. And after we met, because of all the decisions we made, we ended up owing very, very little. And I was very, very happy about that actually ended up paying off quite big dividends this year for us. And I hope to continue that going forward. I think with our investments, we've come up with a system where our primary investments right now are stocks and ETFs, with probably our second biggest being real estate for the tax benefit. And I think with the education provided by Brief Pro, it's helped us make better decisions on which ETFs or which particular company stocks by researching them. It's made us be able to make those decisions with a little more confidence and feel a little bit better about the risk. Because me and my wife know, especially as the market is right now, that whenever you invest, there's going to be risk. You're going to lose some money here or there, and to be patient. And I think those are the two biggest things we've taken away from it, is we have really come up with a system and confidence on what to invest in and how to be patient with our investments over time. So has Brief Pro helped me save money? I would say yes, as my previous example talking about taxes talked about, because as you know, our tax liability is like our biggest expense every year. So yes, it has. And I will also say it's helped us save money, but not in the way that a traditional person thinks about saving money. I would say that me and my wife's mindset shift. So as a good example, I own a truck right now, and there's starting to be some little issues with the transmission. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell it. Instead of buying a new car, we're actually going to buy a property. And we're actually going to use that to save money on our tax bill and provide excess income. But I'm going to get rid of my truck, use that to put a down payment, or at least part of a down payment on a new house for like an Airbnb, and be able to take the depreciation benefits to help with our taxes next year. My advice would be to look at everything. And I would say if they look at a lot of the financial forces or people that are out there, at least this was my experience, that I felt like in Brief Pro, you were the most straightforward, you were the most kind of informational as far as the nuts and bolts of investing. And I don't think that there's a better program out there that would jumpstart somebody on their financial journey as far as laying the foundation and the base. Now, maybe later, looking at other courses to get more advanced would be helpful. And I don't know if you're planning on making that as part of another package that you have down the pipeline. But I think that for a financial base, for those who are getting started to get on their financial journey, in my opinion, there's nothing better than that. And I've actually recommended it to multiple people, including residents that I've trained and fellows that I'm mentoring, as far as really increasing your financial education. I don't think I guess there's one thing I'd like to share, is that definitely by discovering Briefs Pro, or just market briefs in general, it has really helped me. And I think a lot of medical professionals out there struggle with burnout and the way that the healthcare system is. And one of my big goals with using your program is to gain financial independence away from corporatized medicine and open my own individual practice once all my loans are paid off and we're financially independent. And then my bigger goal is to really, with my business, educate both medically and financially as well, to help doctors realize that we can take back medicine. But the only way, in my opinion, to do so is if we become financially independent. Because I really believe that doctors as a general population of workers are very altruistic, and we are set up to make major changes if we can gain financial independence away from a corporatized system that has kind of led us to extreme burnout and moral injury. So that's my overall goal. And I think your program really at least shone a light on that and gave me a light at the end of the tunnel to say, hey, you can do it. You just have to go this way, be patient, and eventually you'll get there. And I think that's one of the best things that intangibly that I've gotten from the program itself, not only the tangible financial benefits.